Alright, so we're getting a little work in with the Generark Home Power One solar setup, and I want to kind of show you guys a little bit of what we're trying out with it. So right now, as you can see, it is pulling 66 watts. We are running full bank of LED lights, LED work lights. So that is working out perfectly. Light things up. Welcome back, guys. Alright, so been playing with this Generark Home Power One system some more. And as you can see in the little clip that you just watched to start this video, been using it for various things. Now, unfortunately, I've not had my camera with me on all the things that I've been doing with it and trying with it. So there's more than what you just saw in the previous clip. I just haven't recorded it all. Partly because sometimes I get busy doing things and I forget to take the camera. Sometimes I forget until after we're already done that I've even got the camera with me. Time is short and I get busy doing stuff and sometimes forget. But been trying this out, and if you haven't seen the first video I did on it, go back and watch it. Just to recap, this is the Home Power One, from Generark. It's basically a solar generator. It's a inverter, charge controller, and battery setup all in one unit, and got some of their solar panels to go with it. You charge it up either with the solar panels or via a 12-volt car charger or via just plugging it into a wall outlet, and it gives you a portable setup for power that you can run things off of, etc. So, that said, in the clip you just saw, I ran those shop lights for between 5 and 6 hours non-stop, along with a few other various and sundry small things, and it was at a full charge when we started, and right now it's at 75%. So that was 5 to 6 hours of non-stop running with that bank of lights, work lights that you saw in the clip, and some other things. So that's pretty good. I have ran things like my big pride and joy coffee maker, because if we're in a grid down situation, whether it's a short-term one from a storm or a long-term one from whatever, rest assured I'm going to have my coffee. That's goes without saying. That's like the sun rising and setting. It's going to happen. We're going to have some coffee. If I had to make it over a fire, we're going to have coffee. But if I've got this, it sure makes it a lot easier. I have hooked up, and I don't have them handy with me, or I would show you, but some little teeny heaters that you can plug into a wall outlet. It's a real small little heater. I have plugged one of those in and ran it. Ran it fine with power to spare. I don't know how long it would run it, but I'm going to try that and find out. One of the reasons I wanted this and had got with Generark to try it out was because of our off-grid location that we've been in the process of building for a long time now, like years. We've got stuff set up. It's all off-grid, and we're working on our power situation, and I wanted to see how this would supplement and complement what we're doing power-wise. And I want to try various things with it. So, along those lines, I plugged in a small window AC unit. Now, obviously, you guys know things like window AC units come in all sizes, or not all sizes, a lot of sizes, from really big ones to little small ones. They're all going to have different power consumption levels, etc. The smaller ones that I tried It ran it just fine, including on startup when the compressor's kicking in and everything. Ran it fine with power to spare. However, due to the amount of draw that it pulls, it would probably only run something like that when the compressor's running and it's full tilt pulling. Probably only a couple of hours, because it's drawing a lot of juice when everything's running in there, when the compressor's running, the fan's running, etc. So it'll run it, just not for a long time. So I bring that up to say this. I've tried a bunch of different things. Oh, I almost forgot one other thing, just for giggles, and I do not recommend this. Okay, I don't recommend this. Don't do it. We hooked up chop saw to it. Chop saw will crank up and run. It's just fine. But as soon as you start to cut with it and it gets under load, it immediately shuts off because it's trying to draw way too much juice, and the safety features built into this won't let it do that, so it immediately shut it off. So don't do that. It's not recommended. That's drawing way too much juice. I did it because I wanted to see what it would do. So that's purely on me. It didn't damage it though. It's still working fine. Still using it afterwards. Like I said, used it all day yesterday. We tried that earlier in the morning, so it's fine. When it comes to things like this, here's where I think people run into problems. I think people have unrealistic expectations. I think that people think that they're going to power a lot of big items and just, hours and hours and days. And you got to understand what you're dealing with the size battery that you've got here and what it's capable of. That's not what it's intended for. It's intended for smaller things for a long period or medium-sized things for a short period. It's not something that you want to hook just a ton of big stuff up to and think that you're going to run 12 hours on it. You're not going to. It's not what it's designed to do, not what it's meant to do. But if you use something like this to supplement other power options, that's where it comes into its own. Being able to run some little small appliances, being able to keep radios charged up, phones charged up for a grid up scenario, a grid down, things like radios and that sort of thing would be huge. If you're wanting to do something like even a little small personal fan, right? It would run something like that probably for quite a while, because that's not putting a big draw on it. If you were camping and you wanted to be able to keep your phones charged up, and if it was hot weather and you wanted to run a little fan in your tent or something, it would do that great. The little teeny heater that I mentioned that I tried, it would do that great, especially if you get one like I've got that's got an actual thermostat on it and you set it really low just so it comes on and off every once in a while. That'll preserve the power a long time. My point is, have realistic expectations of what you're going to do with this. Now for me, it's working great, but what I intend to do with it, it's going to be the bomb. In fact, I'm probably going to try to get up the money to actually buy another one, because I need two of them, one for me and my wife and one for my sons. And I'm really interested in some of the other setups that GenerArc's got. So again, broken record, keep your expectations realistic of what you want it to do, and it'll perform well. Because again, like I said, you've got to take into account the size of what you're dealing with, the battery size and capacity, the panels. When you're talking about like the soft, flexible, folding type panels that this uses, you're not going to get the same recharge rate as something like big, hard, solid, panels are going to do. Now, that is an option. You could actually get some hard panels and set them up and get the right connectors. You could plug it in and charge it, and you'll probably charge a lot faster and a lot more efficiently. But that's something that you got to decide and figure out, if it's something you want to do or not. So with the soft panels, you know, like I said, you're looking at about 8 hours of good sunlight to recharge it and get it back up. So I'm going to keep trying this. I'm going to keep using it. I am a fan of it for what I want it to do and my expectations. Again, if I can put it in my off-grid retreat location and simply use it to keep radios charged up with, occasionally run the coffee maker, little things like that, man, that's a huge win for me. Huge win for me. So, that all said, GenerArc has emailed me, and I didn't ask for this. They gave it to me. I'm going to pass it on to you guys. They gave me a $100 off coupon code. I'll put the coupon code in the description down there along with a link. It's Alpha Charlie 100. That'll get you $100 off a purchase. Caveats. I am not getting paid by GenerArc to make this video. I'm not getting paid a dime for anything from GenerArc. They don't pay me. I'm not an affiliate with them. Nothing. I don't get a dime if you go buy one. I just like their product. They sent me one to try out. They were kind enough to do the code. I didn't even ask for the code, but they offered it. I'm going to pass it on to you guys because if y'all can save $100, why shouldn't you, right? So, all the disclaimer stuff out of the way, which is annoying that you got to do anyway, but in today's day and age, because people are idiots, you got to. There you go. Alpha Charlie 100, $100 off. It'll be in the description box down below. If you want a good little emergency power setup, guys, I think you could do a lot worse. I think you could. Like I said, I like it enough. I'm going to be looking into probably another one, and might even look into some different solar options for charging it to try to maybe charge it a little quicker. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. I got to get the other one first, and of course that got to save up and get some more scratch. So anyway, take care, guys. I hope maybe this gives you some ideas and some options. Let it percolate in the old brain of what all you might could put this to use for. Take care, stay safe. I will see y'all in another one.